Hello students, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to have discussion on properties of definite integrals. Okay, definite integrals, right? So we will be having 7-8 properties on the definite integrals. Then we will be moving to the exercises of definite integrals, right? So here first property is property 1, integration a to b f of x dx is equal to integration a to b fz dz, right? That is variable changed, right? Variable changed. Here if you want to prove this property, you can put x is equal to z. If you put x is equal to z, this imply dx is equal to dz. Now also try to see the effect of this substitution on the limit of the integration. Okay, so when x is equal to a, z would be also equal to a, right? And when x is equal to b, z would be also equal to b, because x is equal to z, right? Obviously, therefore when you put all these things in this integral, you will be getting this property, right? So it is pretty simple to prove. Now next property is second property, integration of f of x dx is equal to minus b to a. Okay, minus b to a f of x dx. So what did we do here? Limit reversed. Okay, so see how we are going to prove this. In order to prove this, you take, okay, you do what? Okay, you take this left hand side. Okay, so here left hand side is equal to integration a to b f of x dx. Okay, so this is a function. If you integrate any function f of x, you are going to get another function. Okay, say capital F of x. Then there are limits also a to b. So after putting the limit in this, we get f of b minus f of a, right? Also try to look at the right hand side. Right hand side is equal to minus of b to a f of x dx. Okay, so if you integrate, you are going to get again f of x. Okay, negative sign outside, so here it is from b to a, right? So then it would be equal to f of b minus f of a. Okay, multiplication throughout by the minus sign, you're gonna get f of b minus f of a. Okay, so therefore it is easily figured out that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Therefore you can write, therefore limit integration a to b f of x dx is equal to minus of b to a f of x dx, right? So this is your second property. Now third property is property number 3. Okay, integration a to b f of x dx is equal to a to c f of x dx plus C2b f of x dx, where C lies between a and b, right? So C here lies between a and b. So it will be also done as we did in the property number 2, right? Take first of all left hand side. So left hand side is equal to a to b f of x dx. Okay, after integration you are going to get another function capital of f of x, and limit here would be a to b. Okay, so it is nothing but f of b minus f of a. Now look at the right hand side. So right hand side is equal to a to c integration f of x dx plus c to b f of x dx integration. Okay, after integration you are going to get f x. Okay, limit here would be a to c plus fx c to b. Okay, then after you put limit in this, you get f of c minus f of a plus f of b minus f of c. So f of c is cancelled with f of c, and you are left with f of b minus f of a, right? It is nothing but it is a pretty same, or you can say it is equal to left hand side. So therefore left hand side is equal to right hand side here, or you can write limit a to b f of x dx is equal to limit a to c f of x dx plus limit c to b f of x dx. This is your property number 3, right? Now coming to the property number 4. Property number 4 says that limit of x integration of property 4, integration of a to b of f of x, integration a to b f of x dx is equal to limit a to b f of a plus b minus x into dx, right? So see how we are going to prove this. Okay, so take this here left hand side, you can say take it I. Okay, I is equal to a to b f of x dx, right? So put x is equal to a plus b minus z. Okay, if you put x is equal to a plus b minus z, then dx would be equal to minus z, right? Also see the effect of this substitution on the limit. So when x is equal to a, okay, so from here what would be your z? Z would be equal to a plus b minus x, right? So if you put x is when x is equal to a, your z would be equal to a plus b minus a, right? That is equal to b. Okay, and when x is equal to b, your z would be equal to a, right? So putting all these things in equation 1, we get I is equal to a to integration from b to a, and inside you will be having a plus b minus z, okay, and here what, minus z dz, okay. So I'm simply writing z dz here and minus sign taken out of the integration sign. So now using property number 1 we can change the variable, okay. So before that you do one thing, you just use property number 2, because property number 2 says that integration of a to b f of x is equal to minus of b to a, okay. So can we write this is equal to a to b? Yes, of course. So we can write a to b f of it is equal to a to b f of a plus b minus z dz, right, because of this property, okay. Now nextly we can also write this thing a to b f of a plus z minus x dx, right, because of property 1, okay. Property 1 says a to b f of x is equal to dx, here a to b f of z, okay, dz. Crux is that x can be replaced by z, okay. You can write any variable on the place of in the place of x, okay. You can write in place of z, you can write y, so here also you change y. How we achieve this? By putting x is equal to z or z is equal to x simply, okay. Limit will be remaining unchanged because x is exactly equal to z, right. So therefore this is the way. And what was I here? I was a to b integration f of x dx is equal to, and what is equal to I? I is equal to a to b f of a plus b minus dx. So keep one thing in your mind, that a plus b are nothing but addition of these two numbers. We cannot use in place of a, b, alpha and beta. So we have to use only those numbers here which are the limit of this integration, because we have to obtain the interchange limit, right. So when we when we substitute x is equal to z is equal to a plus b minus x, so we are gonna get limit same, okay, by the use of these two numbers. That's why it would be only first limit plus second limit minus x, okay. So it was your property number 4. Now coming to the property 5. Now property 5 says that integration of f of x 0 to 2a is equal to integration 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx, right. So see here how we are going to prove this. Let take I is equal to, इसको क्या ले लो, I ले लो, okay. So I is equal to 0 to 2a f of x dx. So we can write it is equal to, using property number 3, 0 to a f of x dx plus a to 2a f of dx, because of property 3, okay. So here you are going to get write it I1 and call it, okay, call it I1 and call it I2. So here I2 is equal to integration of f of x a to 2a f of x dx, right. and because we want to prove that this is equal to this plus this, so this is same, we just need to change this integral. That's why I'm writing I2 here. Okay, so if you want to prove that this I2 is equal to this thing, then for this we are going to substitute, put you are going to put x is equal to 2a minus z. This imply dx would be equal to minus dz, and try to see the effect on the limit when x is equal to a. Okay, from here z is equal to what? 2a minus x, right? Z is equal to 2a minus x. Therefore, when x is equal to a, your z would be equal to 2a minus z would be equal to 2a minus a, that is equal to a. And when x is equal to 2a, your z would be equal to 2a minus 2a, which is equal to 0. So therefore I2 becomes integration a to, okay, integration z की लिमिट लिखेंगे अब 0 a to 0, and inside you will be having x किसके इक्वल है? इसके इक्वल, राइट, 2a minus z, and what is dz किसके dx किसके इक्वल हो जाएगा? माइनस dz, और माइनस का साइन मैं बाहर लिख रहा हूँ. ओके, so now using property 2 we get minus sign can be consumed, and minus sign can be consumed by reversing the limit 0 to a f of 2a minus z dz. Using property 2 we can change the variable. Okay, so we can write 0 to a f of 2a minus x dz. This is because of property 2, and this is because of property 1. In your exam you write this property fully. I'm just writing this shortly just for saving the time. Okay, so therefore you have proved that I2 is equal to this, right? So therefore we can write I is equal to I1 कितना है? 0 to a f of dx, and in place of I2 I write now 0 to a to f of 2a minus x dx, और हमारा I कितना है? इंटीग्रेशन 0 to 2a f of x dx, so it is equal to 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a 2a f of 2a minus x dx. This is your property number 5. Now next property number 6. Okay, property number 6 will be kind of corollary of property 5. Property 6 says that integration of f of x 0 to 2a is equal to twice of 0 to a f of x dx. Okay, if f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x, right? And secondly, it is equal to 0 if f of 2a minus x is equal to minus f of x. So pretty simple it is. Okay, so proof of this property, we know, okay, we know property 5. Okay, we know from property 5 0 to 2a इंटीग्रेशन f of x dx इज इक्वल टू, अभी अभी किया प्रॉपर्टी 5 कितना आया था? 0 to a f of x dx प्लस 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx, right? So case 1, if f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x. अब ये कितना हो गया अगर f of x, ओके तो कितना हो जाएगा, ये ऐड हो जाएगा फर्स्ट एंड दिस वुड बी सेम, राइट. सो वी कैन बी राइट इट therefore f of 2a f of x dx would be equal to 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of x dx, okay, which is equal to twice of 0 to 2 times 0 to a f x dx. So this is your first case. Now in second case, case 2, if f of 2a minus x is equal to minus of x, okay, so then integration 0 to 2a f of x dx is equal to 0 to a f of x dx. अब इसकी जगह कितना हो जाएगा, minus f of x. So okay, can we write a minus sign outside of this integration? Yes, of course. Okay, so it is equal to minus of this and this. So this is same, okay, and it would yield 0. Okay, so this is case number 2, hence the proof of this property number 6. Okay, so therefore we can write it one more time. Therefore 0 to 2a f of x dx, it is equal to twice of 0 to a f of x dx if f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x, and it is equal to 0 if f of 2a minus x is equal to minus of f of x. Now coming to the property number 7. Okay, property 7. So okay, it says integration of 0 to na fx dx, it is equal to n time 0 to a f of x dx. Okay, if कब, when f of x is equal to f a plus x. Okay, so in order to prove this, here I is equal to 0 to na f of x dx, so it is equal to, can we write 0 to a f dx plus a to 2a fx dx plus 2a to 3a using property number 3, right, plus so on, and lastly you will be having minus a to minus n minus 1 to a to na. Okay, f of x dx because of property 3. You are going to write that property fully here. Okay, so now you calculate. Okay, this you don't need to calculate. Call this I1, call this I2, call this I3, and so on. Okay, so here I1 keep it as it is. Now try to calculate what is I2. Okay, so I2 is equal to a to 2a f of x dx. Okay, this is your I2. Okay, and also give this equation number 1. So I2. Okay, so for this put x is equal to x इक्वल टू आप पुट कीजिए इसको z प्लस a. okay, and this imply dx is equal to dz, right. Also from here z is equal to कितना आ जाएगा, x minus a, right. So what is the effect on the limit when x is equal to a z इज इक्वल टू कितना हो जाएगा 0, एंड व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू 2a z वुड बी इक्वल टू a, right? So putting all these information in I2, we get I2 is equal to 0 to a f of, so x कितना पुट किया है आपने z plus a, okay, z plus a into z, okay. So can we now can we change the variable to x? Yes, we by property 1. So 0 to a f of x plus a dx because of property 1, right? So also we can write it equal to 0 to a f of x dx because given f of a plus x is equal to f of x, ये given है. So therefore I2 कितना आ गया आपके पास इतना, okay. Now calculate I3. What is your I3? Okay, so I3 is equal to 2a to 3a f of x dx. Similar substitution here, put x is equal to z plus a, okay. This implies dx is equal to dz, okay. So this also implies that z is equal to x minus a. So when x is equal to 2a, आपका z कितना हो जाएगा, it would be equal to a, and when x is equal to 3a, z would be equal to 2a. Now putting all these information in I3, so we get I3 is equal to 2a, sorry, a to 2a now, okay, a to 2a, and inside you will be having f of z plus a into dz, okay. So changing the variable, we can write it as, which is equal to 2a f of x plus a or a plus x dz, okay. So it is also, it is given that it is equal to how much, f of x dx, यहाँ पे dx लिखना था, okay. So it is equal to dx, which is nothing but it is equal to I2, and we have already calculated that I2 is equal to integration of 0 to a f of x dx. उसको इक्वेशन नंबर 2 दे देना. So therefore you write using, here you are going to write using equation 2, right? So I3 is equal to this. Similarly I4 भी कितना आएगा, 0 to a f of dx, and all the integrals will be equal to this. So therefore by putting, okay, putting I2, I3, I4 up to so on in equation 1, we get I is equal to 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of x dx, okay. All the integral will be same, okay. They are occurring n time, okay, n times, okay. So it is also fx dx, okay. So therefore we can write I is equal to n time 0 to a fx dx, and what is your I is integration 0 to n a f of x, and it is equal to n time 0 to a integration f of dx. So this is your 7th property, okay. Now last property number 8. Okay, property number 8 is integration of, this is very very important property, okay, integration of minus a to a f of x dx, it is equal to twice of 0 to a, twice of 0 to a f of x dx if f of x is, if f of x is even function, okay, even function. even function होने का क्या मतलब होता है, f of minus x is equal to f of x. इसका बेस्ट एग्जांपल क्या है, cos x, ओके. if f of x is equal to cos x, राइट, तो f of minus x कितना होता है, cos of minus x, और we know cos of minus x is equal to cos x again, so both are equal, okay. therefore this f of x is equal to cos x is a even function, okay. so it is equal to twice of 0 to a limit 0 to a f of x if f of x is a even function, okay. and it is equal to 0, it is equal to 0 if f x is odd function, okay. odd function is what, odd function is a function for which f of x, f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. for example sin x, okay. for example f of x is equal to sin x, okay. so here you see f of minus x कितना हो जाता है ये, okay. so it is equal to minus sin x, okay. so therefore you know this is equal to minus f of x, therefore sin x is a odd function, right. so I hope it is clear. so it is equal to 0, right. so how we are going to prove this, so proof, here I is equal to how much, minus a to a f of x dx, okay. so can we write I is equal to minus a to 0 because 0 lies between minus a and a, okay. f of x dx plus 0 to a f of x dx by property number 3, because of property 3, okay. now do what, take case 1, okay. case 1, when f of x is even function, that is, okay, give this equation number 1, okay, that is f of minus x is equal to f of x, okay. so in this case put x is equal to minus z, x is equal to minus z, this implies dx is equal to minus z, right. if dx also what is the impact of this substitution on the limit of the integration, okay. इस वाले केस में देखते हैं इंटीग्रेशन की इम्पैक्ट, ओके. सो व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू माइनस ए, आपका z कितना हो जाएगा, a हो जाएगा, साइन चेंज होता है इसका, x बिकॉज x इज इक्वल टू minus z and therefore z would be equal to minus x, okay. and when x is equal to 0 z would be also equal to 0, so therefore I कितना बन जाएगा, so I is equal to, okay, एक काम कीजिए, इसको call it I1 and call it I2, so I'm just changing I1 here, okay. so I1 is equal to, या इसको I1 को यहाँ पे लिख दियो, here I1 is equal to 0 to minus a to 0 f of x, okay. या इसके बजाय आप यहीं पे लिख दो I1, व्हाट इज योर I1 हियर, I1 इज इक्वल टू 0 टू minus a to 0 f of x dx. Okay, keep I2 unchanged, right? So here I1 is equal to, अब इस पे I1 पे क्या होगा, लिमिट लग जाएगी, a की जगह कितना आ जाएगा, a की माइनस a की जगह आ जाएगा a, और 0 की जगह 0 ही रहेगा. एंड f of x की जगह क्या लिखोगे आप, माइनस z, एंड माइनस z की जगह क्या आ जाए, माइनस dx की जगह वी आर गोइंग टू राइट माइनस dz माइनस साइड आउटसाइड द इंटीग्रेशन. नाउ यूजिंग द प्रॉपर्टी 2 वी गेट 0 to a, माइनस साइन खत्म हो जाएगा, एंड इनसाइड यू विल बी हैविंग fz dz. ओके, ऑल्सो यूजिंग प्रॉपर्टी नंबर 1 वी गेट 0 to a fx dx. ओके, dx. सो आपका f of x कितना आ गया, I of 1 कितना आ गया, ये आ गया है. ठीक है, therefore you can write I is equal to 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of, or using, okay, yeah, you can write putting I1 in equation 1, right? So it is equal to this. Okay, so therefore your I is equal to twice of 0 to a f of x dx. ये तो पहला केस हो गया, when f of minus x is equal to x, that is f of x is even function, right? So case number 2 now, case 2, when f of x is odd function. Okay, odd function, right? When f of x is odd function, then f of x is equal to minus f of x हो जाएगा, and therefore with the same substitution put x is equal to minus z, लिमिट क्या हो जाएगा, सारा वो एक बार फिर से यहाँ पे लिख दो. आई एम राइटिंग इट डायरेक्टली दैट I1 here would be equal to, अगेन कितना रहेगा, I1 would be equal to 0 to a हो जाएगा, और ये इतना हो जाएगा I1. ओके, सो नाउ अगेन पुटिंग दी I1 in, sorry, one second. Okay, let me write it fully. Okay, so here you put x is equal to minus z. Okay, and what would be dx? Dx would be equal to minus z. And what is the impact on the limit when x is equal to minus a, z would be equal to a, and when x is equal to 0, z would be equal to 0, right? So now z is equal to 0, and now your I1 कितना हो जाएगा, a to 0, okay, f of minus z, and here z और minus sign outside. Okay, so it is equal to, minus sign consume कर लो, and by property 2. Okay, so 0 to a, और ये using property, कौन सी प्रॉपर्टी 1 भी साथ में यूज कर लो. ओके, सो इट वुड बी दिस. ओके, सो वी नो दिस इज केस 2, एंड केस 2 में हमने क्या एज्यूम किया है, इट इज इक्वल टू माइनस एफ ऑफ एक्स, ऑड फंक्शन है भाई. ओके, सो इट वुड बी इक्वल टू 0 to a minus f of x dx. Okay, so can we write this sign, minus sign outside the integration? Yes, of course. Okay, so I1 in this case is minus of this and this, so therefore I is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, and what is your I1? I1 is minus 0 to a f of x dx, और I2 कितना है, 0 to a f of x dx. ओके, दोनों सेम है तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा, एक नेगेटिव साइन के साथ है, सो इट इज इक्वल टू 0. So therefore we can write, therefore I is equal to 0 when f of x is equal to f of minus x is equal to minus of fx, that is for odd function. Okay, so therefore integration minus a to a f of x dx is equal to twice of 0 to a f of x dx if fx is even function. Okay, and it is equal to 0, and it is equal to 0 if f of x is odd function, right? So these were the some basic properties of definite integrals, right? So I hope you got it, all these things very well. Okay, so this is it where we stop today. Rest of the things will be covered in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.